Hi folks, welcome to the Revere Veterans Community show. Today we have a special guest. His name is Steve Leon. He's from Revere. And we've had a lot of heroes here, but today we do have a hero of the heroes. So Steve, welcome to the show.
Nice being on your show, Morris.
And before we start, I'd like to just to read a few things here from Mr. Leon. Number one, he's a Purple Heart recipient. Number two, he got the Combat Infantry badge. The outcome with Valor, folks, with Valor. A medal from NATO, also from General Petraeus, who was in charge there. He is still in the Army, and you might be going back to Afghanistan, I understand?
Hopefully, there's a couple missions coming up in 2014. I might be on one of them.
Right. Before we talk about that, I would like you to read about that outcome with Valor. Do you have that with you?
Yes, I do.
Because you deserve it. Please be my guest and read it.
The Department of the Army gave me an ARCOM with the V device for Valor in Afghanistan, given to me by General Petraeus for exceptionally bravery in a combat zone, fighting individuals coming into the ECP, which is our entry control point, defending the base. I refused to give up grounds to the enemy, and me and two of my other friends, we kept fighting the enemy until they were all destroyed, and one got caught shrapnel, the other one was shot in the leg. I caught the explosion, ended up in the hospital, but the entire base was saved that day.
Right, and I believe the base was called the Phoenix?
Camp Phoenix.
Camp Phoenix, so you saved Camp Phoenix.
You could say that, me and three others.
Right. I would like to ask you a few questions. I have something here which is called, this is to certify, I can't read French, so all Steve Leon has been awarded the non-Article 5 NATO medal from service with NATO. Just point out a couple of our allies that you were with there.
Right here, we were with the Americans, the British, the Spaniards, the Canadians, to name a few. French Army. These were all the armies that were over there in Afghanistan serving in liberating Afghanis.
Right. Before we get in with you, Steve, could you you said with General Petraeus, you had a picture that you showed me with you and General Petraeus. If you come up with it, show it to the folks out there.
Well, it's on my phone. I don't know if they can see it.
Right.
This is a picture with me and General Petraeus.
Right. Petraeus is on the right, left. And you are on the left.
Yes, he awarded me the ARCOM with Valor for not giving up my position and for defending the base. We were fighting there like for an hour.
Right.
In a firefight with the enemy, and like I said, we've refused to give up grounds. We saved the base. We took care of the enemies, better them than us, and everybody walked away happy that day.
I'd like to ask you, if I may, a few questions, sir, about the culture in Afghanistan, because I'm always interested in different people's culture. The women there, how are they treated as compared to, let's say, our women here in
It's a third world country. What you have to realize, they believe in their religion so much, they don't show themselves as United States women. They're treated way different than our women. I think they're treated with way disrespect. They have no rights to vote, say their opinions. They have no rights whatsoever.
None at all?
None at all. Also, Afghan is 100 years behind us in anything. They're 100 years. I mean, they don't have lights like we do, radios, the comforts that we have.
That's fantastic. But I got to ask you a question on there. I read in the papers, I see the headlines, I watch the television, that our troops are getting hit by the people that we're supposed to be helping, by the Afghan soldiers or by the police. Why is that? Is it because they're different, like sometimes in the daytime they may be your soldier, but at night they might be someone else's soldier?
You have to understand, we're fighting Taliban's and Al-Qaeda's. Those people, they don't want us there. We're in their country. They have a certain way of doing things. And now that we're there to give them the rights to vote for leaders and how to do things, how can you say, democratically?
Then they don't
want to listen to that. They're old-fashioned people. They like to keep their old ways. And to us, well, to me, we're their threat for no reason, because we helped them out with so many things, but yet you can't do business with them.
Right. By the way, I want you to pick up that medal here and show that one, especially that one.
This
That's-
is Purple Heart when I got exploded in April 2nd, 2011.
Right. So if you can see that, if you can just make a little enlargement of that in there, we'd love to show Steve's Purple Heart. If you can see it, folks. And you deserve every bit of it. And you know, yep. I got to thank you again, my friend.
Thank you.
I got to thank you again. I have to.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Now, by the way, I'd like to talk about your youth first before. What made you get into the Army? But what schools did you go to, if they were in Revere?
No, I grew up and was born and raised in Philadelphia. I went to St. Bonaventure School, and then I went to Thomas A. Edison School
In Philadelphia?
in Philadelphia, and then I relocated up here. But ever since I was 5 years old, and my mother put that toy G.I. Joe in my hands, I knew right there what my life was going to be.
You know, you mentioned G.I. Joe. I got to tell you, I one time was working part-time for a company down in Pawtucket or Hasbro Toys, and they're the ones that made the
Yes.
G.I. Joe.
I remember them.
Right, and they used to give them out to the kids. If they had a little defect, instead of throwing them away, they would put them aside, and every Christmas they would pass them out to the kids. And I still have a little G.I. Joe. I assume you do too?
Damn, they're collector's items.
Right. Oh, good, great. Now, I would like you to speak about your medal from NATO, how you got that, how that was presented to you. Could you do that for us, Steve?
NATO for medals given to all the soldiers overseas, because we're a combination of all the flags they're serving
Right.
as
Just-
one under General Petraeus.
He was the main commander.
He
of
was
it.
the main commander there, so by all those flags and all the individuals serving under their individual flag as a team, we all got awarded the NATO medal.
Oh, okay.
for
When did you
working.
first get over into Afghanistan?
2008 was my first tour.
And you were there, let's see, this was...
I was there for a year in 2000
and then you
to
went back
2009.
again?
I took off a year and then I went back at 2010 to
Right.
2011.
Yep. How was that? Did you, when you were first there and the second time, how did you find
My first time, I will tell you the truth, like any common soldier, I was scared. I was nervous. I'm in a different country, hostile country. I don't know why these people were hating me. And when you get into firefights, I mean, there's really no heroes out there. You really get nervous. You're really not out there to really kill people. You're there to save
people? Right.
save people.
But they don't appreciate that?
The majority don't. But like I said, if it comes my way, I'm taking you out before you take me out.
Right.
And I think my second tour, I was more calm. I knew what was going on. I was better trained. Now I'm more experienced. And I took it on, you know, thank you for my first year. I survived my second year.
And you may be going back again.
For a third tour,
Right,
if everything
right.
works out, yes, I would love to go back to a third tour. I mean, people have missions in life. People are telling me, like, you don't need to go back. You won so many things and so many awards. Why you want to go back? It's for the people.
So you're still in the Army, actually.
Still in the Army. I still love this country, and this is my job. This is what I do best.
Right. We have a bunch of flags here. This one I didn't see. This one I just
Oh,
noticed.
that's the CIB
Right.
that we just read.
Show that to the folks.
This is a CIB medal that you win. You must be in combat and engage the enemy in a firefight in order to win this. And also, I was given this by General Petraeus himself.
That's an honor in its own right.
He's a great individual.
Right. You have a couple of more citations up there. Can I see, like, for example, by the way, folks, in case you want
This
to know.
is the Purple Heart.
Is that, yep, that's the one we just showed.
This is my RCOM for Valor right here. This is our RCOM for the end of tour.
Right? And we have a load down here, but I don't know we'll have all that time. But here's one that you could explain to the people. This one is...
That's the RCOM with the V device on it. The V is for Valor, that I got from General Petraeus himself, who came from Iraq, flew to Afghanistan, awarded me
I believe you said there was only 3?
There was 3 individuals that got awarded. One got a Bronze Star, the other one got a Purple Heart. I got the Medal for Valor and a Purple Heart.
Fantastic. And I'm looking, my God. Please, Steve, tell me what those
These
are.
these here.
Not those right here.
No, these are holders that they brought.
Oh.
They belong to you guys
Okay.
there. These medals here, they're not medals, they're coins. This is a 1st star, 2-star, 3-star, and General Petraeus coin, which is a 4-star coin, given to me by the generals themselves for valor in the combat zone.
Good.
From each individuals. These are some of the countries I served with, the Italians, the British. These here are my campaign medals from Afghanistan there. And in 2008, I was the only one awarded the Spaniard coin from Spain, from the Spanish
Can I
Army.
look at that? Wow. Spanish, OMLTV, the 4th Army,
Yes. We were in combat
Iraq,
with them.
Afghanistan. Beautiful.
And we were in Herat, Afghanistan in 2008, which their commander awarded me that coin.
Right. Now, I got to ask you, did you meet a lot of those soldiers from all these different countries?
They're all in different bases. They're not like all combined in
Oh, they're
one.
not?
So I met like a few here, a few there. I met Japan, I met Turkey, I met Italy, I met the British, I met the French. I dealt a lot with the Spaniards.
Did you?
Yes,
Okay.
very nice people.
This one here I'm interested in.
That's the Italian.
Oh, we have a lot of Italian people or
Yes.
you know, so they would be. Tell us a little about that, Steve.
That patch is awarded and is worn by the Italian Army, which is a very beautiful patch. And once soldiers, what we do with the patches is once we go by each other, I will take out my United States patch, hand it to him, he will take off his Italian
and
and hand it to me. And that's how we collect patches up there.
Right. You showed me something before we went on the show, which I was interested. You had a little American flag, one that had the stars and stripes, red, white, and blue. But you also had one that was dark. Would you explain that to us?
Yeah,
If you can find that one. But,
what you're talking about here
right.
is we wear, as we go to their country, we wear the United States flag on our shoulder.
Right.
Now, once you get into combat, you can't wear this anymore. You have to wear the combat patch, which is the same thing, but it's darker, so their snipers cannot see us at night.
Oh, but you mean they got a better view when that's the...
Better view with this, of course. You can see this a mile away. A good
night?
sniper can see this a mile away with a scope. He won't be able to see this.
Can I look at that one there for a minute? Yep. Yep.
It's dark.
By the way, show some of the others you have there that you just pulled out. I mean,
This is the Yankee Division,
Yep.
who I served with for over 20 years. And this is just, like I said, the Afghan patch for the Afghanis that they wear.
yep. Well, the Afghan troops themselves?
So they have their own army. We train their troops. We
Oh.
give them everything, their uniforms, their vehicles. We also train them how to fight.
Oh, you also mentioned something when we were talking before we went on the show, that they have a certain turf that they rent out to the Americans as long as they're getting the green stuff from us?
Well, there are Talibans that own a lot of land in Afghanistan, and U.S. rents those lands from them, and we turn them into base.
Wait a while, we rent the land from the Taliban?
From they own it. It's like any other businessman. Doesn't matter who owns it. Someone owns it. We need it. We'll
Right.
rent it. We'll make our base there,
Okay.
and we'll live there.
Are they supposed to be our allies?
Yes, but everybody makes deals with the devil.
Right.
It's war.
And I understand, but yeah, but we're going to be pulling out there in 2014. Are we going to have any contingents there?
I see it like if we pull out of there in 2014, we're going to end up right back there again. Because I think we didn't learn our lesson when we had Saddam Hussein 10 years ago.
Right.
We should have taken him out. 10 years later, we were back there again. More soldiers dying, All for what?
That was during the first Gulf War, then the second.
I don't like to pay for the same real estate twice, but like I said, I'm not a commander, or I can't speak for them.
Okie dokie. What I would like you to give us a day of life in the Army when you were there in Afghanistan. Spend a day with us. Make believe one of your good days. When you get up in the morning, what time did you get up?
We get up like bright and early, like 4 in the morning.
I got up at 4.
By 5, we already ate breakfast. And I say by 6, I'm already putting on body armor, which is like 40 pounds of body armor on you. You're getting your weapon ready. You're putting grenades. You're putting smoke. You're putting all your ammo all over yourself. You're getting yourself ready. Get to the front gate. Once they open the front gate, lock and load your weapon and ride out there doing patrols to the villages.
Right. And what about those improvised explosive devices? They call
IEDs.
Right.
IEDs all over the place.
How do you check them out to find them? Or do you don't?
Well, you have to be really good, have your eyes open to find them, really, because they're really hard to find, because it could be anything. I mean, like they say, once you go over there, they tell you, if you didn't put it on the ground, don't pick it up. It could be a can of Pepsi, it could be a Rolex. They will throw everything at you. You just pick something up, you could kick a rock, and you just set off an IED. So you got to be very careful out there.
You mean they have no way, like they go around with the Second World War?
I mean, the engineers do it.
With the detectors?
Yes, but when you're on patrol, you can't carry all that equipment the engineers do. We're on patrol. We're a light patrol. We have to go in and get out as fast as we got in there. So it isn't easy for infantrymen to find an IED. I mean, we do find them. Yes, we do find them, but we're not 100% like we're going to spot them.
Very good. I mean, not too good, but very good that you do spot them.
Yeah, we do spot them. The best day at the end of the day, when you get home and everyone's alive.
Right. Now I got to ask you, I know you're out during the daytime working your head off, trying to protect it. What about the recreation part of it?
Oh, they have excellent recreation for us over there. We always constantly keep in shape. They got this state-of-the-art gym for us. The food's like 5-star restaurant. The doctors over there are constantly on you, checking you and everything. I mean, it's like everything's at your fingertips.
You know, I got to say this. We have Mr. Nick Boo. I think you know him. He's in charge of the Revere Veterans Service. Well, we have a Colonel Moody that comes here every Christmas time, and we take up a collection to mail packages to you troops overseas. Have you ever received any from the people of Revere?
They're all over the place. You don't know what city's going to hit you. They got the USO, and they got everybody back home sending us packages. Even the guys that have no family, they receive 4 or 5 packages a day.
A day?
A day there. They take very good care. I like to, thank the people out there for all the support and all the food, candies, cards. All these little things mean a lot when you're out there in war, because we don't see them.
What about the movies? You see any of them out there?
Oh, they send us John Wayne and all sorts of movies. I mean, the greatest part that lifts us up is the U.S. people. You guys send us and take care. Then you give us so many letters. And it's so inspirational. Like the kindergarten kids will send us so many letters. And that lifts you up after a bad day. If you got into a firefight and now you're all messed up in the head, and here comes these cards from these little kids saying thank you for your bravery, thank you for staying out there and protecting us.
We have a woman at the who works by the way with Nick Bo. Her name is Donna Dreesen, and she gets a bunch of kids, brings in a load of cards, Christmas cards.
Yes.
They all sign them, put them in different envelopes, ship them overseas to you. Our seniors do the same thing. We have seniors 60 years old, all the way up to 99 in our place. And we have them sign the cards, put them in envelopes, gifts, send them to you. Then once a year, we have the colonel coming down from Danvers. His name is Colonel Moody.
Yes.
And he brings up a lot of stuff. We wrap the packages and we give them out to you people, and you get them at Christmas. And then we get these nice letters that we get like from Petraeus or from the other colonels out there.
Trust me, it's well appreciated out there. Some people we can write back to, some we can't. You know.
We got a lot of nice letters from troops out there. We got one from a chaplain. We got one from a sergeant major. We got one from a general. We got one from a colonel. And we hang them up on the wall. We have a little wall in our senior center. We call it the Wall of Valor. And I put them in frames, and people can look at them, or they can read them, or see them.
You people make the difference. You think you don't, but you make the difference. When you put a smile on a soldier who had a really bad day,
Yep.
it does a lot. It picks you up. I mean, I'm good for a whole week. Once I get a package, I'm good for the entire week.
So you got to get 52 packages a year.
Yeah, something like that.
Right, to keep you happy all year long.
It does, but we keep each other happy as the soldiers. We help each other with our own problems. Like if you have a problems with your bills or whatever, we do a collection.
Right.
And we'll give it to you so you can send it home. We always take care of each other.
That's good.
You know, we're like a family. We don't stop.
We went the same way. We went the same way.
When you come home, you're still a family. People say, why are you still hanging with these soldiers, still, you know, with the public? No. We build a bond there that you understand, that only soldiers understand.
That's true. We help each other.
Yeah.
And we had a commitment that none of us, because I wasn't in the war, but I spoke to soldiers. I mean, I wasn't in battle, let me put it that way. I was in the war, but not in battle. That soldiers made a commitment to each other that if you were wounded, you would not be left behind, even if we had to send 100 to get you.
Yes, we still have that rule in the Army. No matter what, if they tell you to bug out, get out of there right now, and there's a soldier downrange, we're not leaving. If one leaves, we all leave. If one dies, we all die. We say that. We will never, ever leave any man behind.
No, it's a good camaraderie over there.
Yes, it started with you guys, and it's still a tradition till today.
Well, it started before us because we were Second World War. Before us, there was the First World War, which was supposed to end all wars. And you can see what's been happening ever since.
I don't think.
I see a couple of more things you have there, which I haven't looked at. What are those two things over there, Steve?
Those are the medals,
Yep.
campaign medals.
Would you explain them? I mean, you know.
This just tells people that you went to Afghanistan.
Oh.
It'll say Afghanistan in the front, and that you served there, the year you served and everything. For the
Hold it up for the folks.
For the freedom.
Hold both of them up.
For the freedom of the people of Afghan. So this is the medals you'll get over there, and you'll wear these so people know where you went to combat at, who you served to protect.
Right.
We're out there to win the hearts and mind of the Afghan people.
Before we continue, I'm not going to ask you to pick up that load you got down there, or we'll never get out of here. But could you tell us the ones that are not up here, just what other ones you have that we haven't shown up here?
You get all your basic medals, your good conduct medal.
You got the good conduct medal?
Good conduct medal, and
I wish I could have earned that.
yeah, some of them are not easy to get. And basically, I got a medal I went to school to become a medic, but they call it lifesaver.
Where did you take your basic?
Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Congratulations! I took mine there too, right outside of Trenton.
Yeah, right outside of Trenton. And then I went for AIT. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry.
Right. When I took mine at Fort Dix, well, I didn't have to go anywhere. As soon as we finished, overseas we were. So I didn't know you were. So how did you like Fort Dix?
It was nice because like I said, I live in Philadelphia, so it was close by.
You were right there, practically, yeah.
And
I
come
from Brooklyn originally.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we're neighbors, really, when you think of it.
Yeah, right over the bridge.
Oh, right.
Right over
What
the
a
bridge.
small world.
Sure is.
Yep. By the way, I got to tell you, I went to PS 115 in Brooklyn and Harran High School in New York. I used to take the subways. You have the Philadelphia subway.
Yeah.
We had the New York subway, the BMT, Brooklyn Manhattan trains. That's what the BMT stands for. We used to go by 42nd Street, Times Square, and most of us would play hooky. And we'd go to the Paramount Theater to see a movie. And the teacher one time in the high school says, if your kids let me know when you're going to be there, I'll bring your assignments to you over there. Because we used to play a lot of hooky. But how was it, you're going to school in Philadelphia?
It was good. I love my years because I grew up in a Catholic school.
Oh, you went to Catholic school?
Yeah, so it was like a family. Everyone weren't just students, that we were all family. You know, we prayed together, we ate together, we studied
So
together.
the Army was just made for you then.
Yeah, it was tailor-made for me. It really
That was good.
You know, there's things I like about from school. I took it over to overseas. What I learned, you know, I took it over there. And like I said, you had good days, you had bad days. Bad days are when you go to a village and you give them a bunch of clothes, medicine, take care of the ones that are burned, and do a lot for that village. And when you turn around and as you're leaving, they're throwing bricks at you.
The same people that you
Same
helped?
people you just helped.
I
It
get it.
comes with the territory. You know, some are grateful, some are not.
How did you find the little kids over there, if I may ask you? You know, I'm not talking about 18
There's
or 19.
bad and good in all nationalities. The Afghan kids are very beautiful and they're very smart. And they're going to be tomorrow's future.
Right.
The schools we build over there and the way they study, those kids are like a magnet to knowledge. Very
They
smart,
wanna learn, huh?
intelligent. They want to learn. I mean, what we take for granted here, these kids will take an encyclopedia and go through it in a day. That's how much they love to learn over there.
Now, I got to tell you, I'm a computer dummy. I mean that. I know absolutely.
Makes two of us.
You too?
Yeah.
Join the club. I got to ask you, what about the kids over there? Do they have computers? Because
Yes,
do?
they have laptops. They're starting to have laptops now and everything, and they love American show. One of their greatest heroes over there is John Cena. They love wrestling up there.
They do?
Yeah, because that's the only thing they get to watch up there from America is probably a couple soap operas and John Cena. Those kids go crazy for wrestling up there. They appreciate it.
By the way, when you were over there 2010 to 11, I believe in Afghanistan, Osama bin Laden was still loose.
Yes, he was caught. I was like in Afghanistan, he was in Pakistan.
Right. When they raided the compound there.
Yeah. To
What-
me, looks like everyone knew where he was. They were just waiting when his time was up. I guess his time
You mean
was
they
up.
knew where he was?
I believe, as I'm talking for me, myself, and
Right.
I believe we knew where he was. So it was only time. He was just running out of time.
That's one thing I like about the United States. We don't let our enemy, I mean our big enemies, get away that easy. We got rid of Osama bin Laden. We got rid of, another one was, I believe, who was Pakistan, al-Jawari.
Yeah. Saddam Hussein.
Yep, the leader of Iraq.
We're a very powerful nation. For them to come here or threaten us in any way, we won't tolerate it. Soldiers don't, and now our civilians don't. We will not bow down to Taliban. We won't.
We shouldn't bow down to anyone.
Anyone. You know, that doesn't scare us. You're coming here doing this in my country. That don't scare us. All you do is unite us more. That's all
right.
that you're really doing to us, is making us unite as people. You're not really hurting us.
No, you know, that reminds me of, you were talking about the Afghan, I can talk about the Second World War. When the Luftwaffe bombed London, they thought they would split the British people apart. It was just the opposite. It united them under Winston Churchill. I don't know if you ever,
Yes.
did you ever hear of him? Winston Churchill? He
He's
was
a hero of mine.
Was he?
Yes, he
He
is.
was a great leader for England during the Second World War, and it was he who kept the British morale up over there. By the way, there was another general, I don't know if you ever met him or had anything to do with him, was Norman Schwarzkopf, the head of, during the Iraq War?
No, I came after he left.
Oh,
I
and-
went in 2008.
Oh, so he left already then?
Yes. I was basically dealing with General Petraeus, who's like, he reminds me a lot of General Patton.
I like
He
General
sticks-
Patton
yeah, he
because I
sticks-
remember him pretty good during the in charge of the Third Army.
He sticks to his gun. General Petraeus sticks to his gun, and anyone under him is well taken care of. The men are well taken care of. We're well fed. We're well trained. We're always doing the right thing at the right time. We have good commanders. We have a lot of good commanders
Right.
out there in Afghanistan.
I got to tell you, I see a lot of pictures of General Petraeus when I watch the military channel, and when the battles were going on, he was never behind the desk. He was always out in the front with you guys.
From what I've seen, for what I heard, not seen, he was a general that was always at the front line.
Yeah, I
Just
watched that.
visualizing, looking through the field and calling shots. And not too many generals can do that.
No, but I gotta ask you, I mean, I look at all that stuff you got here, and I say to myself, when you're going back to Afghanistan, you're still in the Army, what are you gonna do after you get out of the Army? What are your plans, if I may ask you? I mean, you shouldn't have a hard time.
Tranquility, that's what I'm going to look for.
What's
Live tranquility. I just want to go buy a home, go fishing, and live my life quietly. That's all I want.
Well, you're
Live
in the right
peace.
city. You're right near the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Well, Steve, we got about a few more minutes to wrap it up. Would you like to say whatever you want? It's all this is your show. Believe you me.
No. I just like to thank everybody in the U.S. for what they do for all the soldiers overseas. We really appreciate you. I'd like to thank my mother, Teresa, my dad, Raymond, and Edwin and Jean Santiago, who got me back into the military when I was down on my luck. They says, you need to go back out there and do something with your life, and they helped me, and sure enough, I did. But I never knew it was going to go this far.
Oh, man.
I couldn't even imagine. All I needed was 2 people to believe in me. And
We've had a lot of people up here. We had one who won the Croix de Guerre, the French Medal of Honor.
Yes.
There's another one who's at the Soldiers' Home who won the Soviet Union Medal of Honor. But you've got all the medals. So, Steve, I got to thank you, and I want to say...
I want to thank you for letting me come here.
And God bless you.
It's good to meet you.
My pleasure. By the way, if it wasn't for Mr. Donnie Kingsbury, who introduced me to you...
Thank you, Donnie.
So give Donnie a good thank you, and to the people of Revere, God bless you. God bless our troops, especially our troops in Afghanistan, and God bless you when you go back, and God bless our great country, the United States of America. And thank you all for listening. And by the way, you saw a hero's hero today. There is all the NATO things. And most important, the Purple Heart. Anyone who wins a Purple Heart is a hero's hero.
Well,
And
thank you.